the most valuable important concept we are going to discuss. The most valuable important concept we are going to discuss, sir, exception handling. Remember that, sir. Okay. So what is sir, do you know exception handling, the most valuable important concept? We are ready to start, sir. Make sure. Sir, do you know in the last session, in the last session, we had the basic idea. Just we discussed just the basic idea, a very top level idea about exception handling, sir. But anyway, let me talk a bit in detail, sir. Sir, in any programming language, there are two types of errors are possible. In any programming language, right? Just there are two types of errors are possible. Okay. Best one is syntax errors. Are you getting that? What is the first category, sir? Syntax errors is the first category. Second category is sir, runtime errors. Are you getting what is the second? Sorry, what is the second category, sir? Runtime errors. First category is syntax errors. Second category is runtime errors. Runtime errors are also known as logical errors. Are you getting syntax errors, runtime errors, right? So now what is the meaning of syntax error? Are you getting what is the meaning of syntax error, right? Let me talk, sir. In any programming language, there are two types of errors are possible. What are the first ones are syntax errors, second ones are runtime errors. So do you know what is the syntax errors, right? Okay, we are doing some typing mistakes. Are you getting some coding mistakes, sir? Sir, if we are doing any mistake at coding level, such type of things are by default considered syntax errors. The errors which occurs because of invalid syntax are called syntax errors. Best example for you, if you observe that, let me go for test.py. I'm taking, sir, test.py, like I'm taking. Sir, here if you consider that, sir, x is equal to 10, x is equal to 10. If x double equal to 10, can you please print x value is 10? I'm taking, sir. X value is 10 like this I'm taking. Sir, this one is the perfectly valid. I'm not doing any mistake. I'm not doing any mistake, sir. What is the output by default we are going to get, sir? Have a look once, sir. What is the output by default we are going to get? Observe that a bit carefully, sir. Py test.py. Perfectly it's valid. X value is a 10. I'm not doing any mistake, sir. Now take a bit very special care. Sir, let me remove this colon. Are you getting? Let me remove this colon. If I remove this colon, yes, there is some typing mistake is there. There is some syntax mistake is there. Now this one is by default considered syntax error. Are you able to understand, right? Now have a look once. Have a look once. What is this one, sir? Syntax error, invalid syntax. Syntax error, invalid syntax. Okay, like okay, I'm taking colon, sir. No problem at all. Sir, here print is the function name. Sir, most of the time, sir, sir, do you know overlook or by speed, instead of print, most of the people, including myself also, the people are going to type something like this. Everyone did this type of mistake at least once. Print, sir, by mistake, sir, first T and then N. By default, sometimes it may come. Are you getting? So do you know it is a syntax mistake because there is no function named with the print. Observe that named with the PRITN. Okay, like now have a look once, sir. Sir, name error is something like, do you know these are type of things are by default considered these type of things are by default considered okay, sir, syntax errors. What is the meaning of syntax? Syntax error means next, do you know something like if I can take print only, no problem at all. If I can take print, Cohen, sir, if you are using IDEs, if you are using editors, then there is no problem at all. Suppose if I'm using simple notepad, then automatically where is the color identification, where is the syntax identification? No such type of thing, right? Sir, print hello I'm taking, sir. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Print hello I'm taking, sir. Sir, immediately it is invalid. In the Python 2 it is valid, but in the Python 3 it is a syntactical mistake, sir, because parentheses are missing. Regarding parentheses are missing, do you know syntax error? Missing parentheses, missing parentheses. Okay, like you are going to get the error. So make sure these type of things are by default considered, yeah, syntax errors. Everyone can able to understand, right? So in the coding, because of invalid syntax, if you are getting any error, that error is by default considered as syntax error. Parenthesis missing, colon missing, next and after that wrong spell or getting wrong spell, these kind of things are by default considered as syntactical mistakes or syntax errors, right? So who is the responsible to correct these errors? Programmer responsible to correct these errors. Once all syntax errors are corrected, then only program execution will be started. Remember that. Who is the responsible to correct these syntactical mistakes, right? Programmer is the responsible to correct these syntactical mistakes. Once these errors by default got fixed, then only, sir, virtual Python interpreter will start execution from line 1, line 2, line 3, and so on, sir. Okay, clear for all of it? Everyone got clarity? What is the syntax error? Syntax error. Sir, sometimes, do you know parenthesis? Parenthesis means, do you know, right? This one, man. Okay, parenthesis means these things. Regarding Chandan Kumar, parenthesis means these things are parenthesis. Okay, sir. Now sometimes, do you know runtime errors? What is the meaning of runtime errors? Just have a look once, sir. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of runtime errors? Runtime errors, sir. Do you know? Also known as these runtime errors, also known as exceptions. Remember that exceptions, sir. Exception handling topic. Exception handling topic talks about runtime errors only. These things are by default considered as exceptions. Observe that a bit very carefully, sir. Sir, while executing the program, if something goes wrong, because of issue or because of end user input or programming logic or memory problem, something like sir, some issue while executing the program, something goes wrong, then we will get the runtime errors. Is it clear for all of you? Sir, while executing the program, if something goes wrong, then we will get a runtime errors. So make sure runtime errors, sir, are also known as exception. Our exception handling topic talks about this runtime errors only. Okay, like, sir, can you please give an example for runtime error? Can you please give an example for runtime error? Like you people may ask, very simple, sir. Just I'm taking print off. Just have a look one. Print off 10 by 0. Print off 10 by 0. Print off 10 by 0. If I can take 10 by 0, no syntactical mistake, sir. Immediately we are going to get 0 division error, division by 0. Sir, how you can able to divide with a 0 division error? It is a runtime error. Remember, it is not syntactical mistake, sir. Syntax wise perfectly valid, but while executing this one, now I'm getting something goes wrong. Now I'm getting 0 division error. Okay, similarly, if I can take a 10 by, sir, TEN, I'm taking 10 by TEN. Are you getting? Sir, one is a number, second one is the 10 is the string. How you can able to do, sir? Have you observed? Type error. Are you getting type error? Unsupported operand types. Type error. Unsupported operand types. Okay, like these are type of thing is by default considered as, okay, runtime errors. Remember that, sir. These things are by default considered, yeah, runtime errors. Remember, sir. Same way, if you consider x is equal to int of input of enter some number. Enter some number. I'm taking, sir. Can you please enter some number? That number I want to convert into int type, because input is always going to take in the form of string. That's why, right, sir. Print of x I'm taking, sir. I am taking a print of x. Now observe, enter some number 10, no problem, 10 will be printed, no error at all. Sir, enter some number, sir, TEN I'm taking because of end user input. Have you observed, right? Value error. value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. Are you getting? These are type of things are by default considered, yeah, runtime errors. Clear? Are you able to understand? Okay, so what is runtime error? Make sure, sir. Someone is login with without specifying the name. Can you please log out again and log in with your name? Waiting for name. Someone. What is his name? Because the reason is, while if you are going to ask any doubt, I have to clarify. So each and every person name I want to see. Yeah, Nirmal. Good. Sir, now take a bit very special care. I hope it's a clear for all of you, right? Okay. So enter some number, enter some number, like print of x. Remember that. Sir, now what is my important point here is take a bit very special care. Up to this is the clear. Sir, how many types of errors are there? There are two types of errors are there. What is the first one? What the first one? Syntax error. What is the second one, sir? Syntax error. Second one is by default considered, yes. What is that? Runtime errors. Exception handling. Exception handling is the concept related to runtime errors, but not the syntax errors, right? Remember that, okay? Exception handling concept is applicable only for runtime errors, but not for syntax errors. Okay, well. Sir, now what is sir, what is the meaning? What is exception? What is the meaning of exception handling? What is the purpose of exception handling? Let me talk, sir. Sir, can you please tell what is exception? What is the exception? Exception. Sir, very simple terminology, sir. What is the exception? Sir, an unwanted, best example, even in my Java classes also, most of the times I'm going to use this type of thing, sir. Sir, which is going to disturb our regular flow of the program. Correct, Adam? Which is going to disturb our regular flow of the program. Are you getting? Such a type of thing is nothing but exception. Usually, right? Sir, best example for you. Assume the you are attending the session from 8 to 9:30 and so on. Sir, you log in into the session. Okay. And what is the next one? You have to listen each and everything, whatever I'm going to discuss. You have to get the subject, you have to use the sir. Sir, now you are trying, your login session already started, faculty happily is continuing the session. Suddenly you are getting the sleeping. You are getting the sleeping. You are not in a position to listen my class. Are you getting? Something goes wrong, which disturbs our normal flow of the program. Correct or not? Sir, such type of thing is nothing but sleeping error or exception. Are you getting that? Sleeping exception. So, some unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program. Everyone can able to understand, right? So something goes wrong, which disturbs our normal flow of the program, which is nothing but exception. Suppose you are going for the office, and happily by 9 o'clock you will reach the office, and the evening after 6 o'clock you have to do the work. Here 6 o'clock you have to come from the office, right? That is your regular schedule, regular schedule, sir. Sir, assume that if you are going for the while going to the office, suddenly your tire got punctured. Are you getting? While going to the office, suddenly your your bike tire got punctured. Then automatically you are not in a position to reach the office in time. Are you getting? Something goes wrong while executing my program. Something goes wrong which disturbs our regular flow of the program. Such type of thing is nothing but exception. Sir, you may use the word tire punctured exception. Are you getting? Sleeping exception. These kind of things are exceptions, right? Is it clear? Are you able to understand, right? Sir, what is exception? So something goes wrong while executing the program, which disturbs the normal flow of the program. Like, sir, assume I want to read the data. From the file, okay, which is locating at London. Best example, sir. I want to read the data from the file which is locating at London. At runtime, I have to read the data. But at runtime, London file is not available. Are you getting? At runtime, London file is not available. Then I can't continue further. Sir, my program already started looking, Sir, to read the content, first it has to locate the learn file. Unfortunately, at runtime, learn file is not available. Then immediately we are going to get file not found error. Regarding immediately you are going to get file not found error. Remember that. So something goes wrong, sir, which disturbs your normal flow of the program, which is nothing but exception. Clear? Yes. Are you able to understand, right? Okay. So this is at runtime. At runtime. Yes, at runtime, if something goes wrong, which disturbs our flow of the program, which is nothing but exception, right? Okay. So in Java, we have errors and exception, but here no such type of terminology. Okay. Make sure, sir. So now, can you give an example? So what is an exception? An unwanted, unexpected, an unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program, that disturbs normal flow of the program is called exception, sir. Regarding an unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program is called exception, sir. Sir, before executing the program, it does not check the file whether it is a present or not. Rishi, yes, sir, it is going to check whether the specified file is available or not at the runtime only, not at the before. Remember that. Sir, I want to read the data from the database. Okay, at the beginning, database may good, but at runtime, my database is not responding. Are getting at runtime, my database is not responding. Such type of things are by default considered as exceptions. Sir. Remember that, sir. At the beginning, okay, well, sir, best example, 2 days or 3 days before, I mean, in the last week, ISRO, sir, they did some, what we call, they send one satellite. They send some satellite. Sir, it's a success. But a GSAT, yes. After some 2 days or 3 days on 30th, sir, connection gone. Sir, it's not responding. At the beginning, everything is good. But once even it's success, 2 days it responded properly. But 3rd day onwards, connection gone. It is not in a position to locate. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, sir, this is something like okay, exception, which is at runtime, which is going to happen. An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program is nothing but exception, right? So just you have to familiar Python specific exception terminology. Remember that, sir. Can you give any example for that? Don't tell general examples, sir. Sir, don't tell general examples. Can you spell out any Python specific exceptions or errors, right? Sir, we covered already zero division error. Are you getting? We covered already zero division error. Next one after that, we cover type error. We cover value error. Okay, sir, the people who are coming from Java background, take a bit very special care. Automatically Java specific words are coming here. No. Here different terminology by default will be there, sir. Sir, next file not found. File not found. Array, file not found. File not found. Exception. No. File not found error. In Java, it is called file not found exception. Okay. EOF error. Error. Okay, like so next, like these kind of things are by default considered as errors. Clear for all of it? What is the runtime error? An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs normal flow of the program is nothing but exception. Can you give an example like this, right? Okay. Now my question is it EOF means what? End of file. EOF means end of file. Mallikarjun. End of file. Okay, like sir, error is not there. Error, such type of word is not there, sir. Sir, what about sir, exception hierarchy? I will discuss. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't what we call, most of the people are always going to compare with the Java specific terminology. No. Here complete different terminology by default will be there. Here throwable, next exception, error, under exception. Okay, like no. Here all the words are by default considered errors only. Remember that. Okay. So next, is it recommended to handle exceptions or not? Yes, ma'am. Yes, man. If something goes wrong, compulsory we should handle that exception. It is highly recommended. It is highly recommended to handle exceptions, right? Highly recommended to handle exceptions. Okay. Now my question is, what is the purpose of exception handling? Are you getting right? What is the purpose? What is the need of exception handling? Graceful termination of the program. Are you getting right? What is the purpose, right? Graceful termination of the program. Graceful termination of the program is the purpose of exception handling. Remember, sir, what is the need or what is the purpose of exception handling, sir? Graceful termination of the program is the main purpose of exception handling. Sir, we should not miss anything, sir. We should not miss anything, or we should not lose anything, sir. Like that, the program should be terminated, sir. Such type of thing is nothing but graceful termination of the program, sir. Okay, like best example, sir. Suppose assume that everyone having the laptop now these days, but assume college days, sir. We have desktops are there, sir. Okay, assume no backup facility and so on. I'm preparing my project seminar report. I'm preparing project document. I'm preparing, sir. So while preparing, sir, document, suddenly almost around the morning, early morning, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock onwards, continue 3 hours I typed, sir. Suddenly power gone. Power gone. I didn't save. Power gone. I didn't save. Is it a problem or not? Regarding, I hope everyone in this session have this type of experience at least once. Regarding at least once, this type of experience at least once. Sir, power error occurs. So you are missing something. Regarding that, you missed something. So because you didn't save, then if you open again, you have to type, you have to adjust the fonts, diagrams, and so on. Again, you have to do all that work. Is it a problem or not? So you are missing something. It is not a graceful termination. Okay, remember that. Sir, I open database connection. Assume that. Sir, this is my database. I open database connection. I have to read the data. After reading the data, I have to close this connection, sir. Okay. I open database connection. While reading the data, some problem is coming. If I'm not going to handle, immediately my program is going to terminate abnormally. If the program terminated abnormally, then who is going to close the database connection? No one is going to close. Automatically, one resource is going to be blocked. It is not a graceful termination. Are you getting? We should not miss anything. We should not lose anything. Such a type of thing is the main objective of exception handling. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? Sir, what is the meaning of exception handling? What is the purpose of exception handling? The biggest purpose, the main purpose of exception handling is graceful termination of the program, sir. Now my next question. Sir, what is the meaning of exception handling? Meaning, sir, I want to handle exceptions. You are telling it's highly recommended to handle exceptions, right? Can you spell out what is the meaning of exception handling? Anyone? Yes, man. I covered already yesterday. Just a top level example I covered. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of exception handling? Sir, very simple terminology. Very simple terminology you people should aware, sir. Okay. The meaning of exception handling means, sir, very important terminology you should aware. Sir, defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. Are you getting right? So defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. Are you getting? Suppose best example, sir, if the power gone, so immediately you should have some backup. Okay, so if the power not there, immediately your UPS is going to start and your data by default will be there. Are you getting? You have some alternative. Even power is not there, something power gone, still no problem, man. My system is always already running because of power backup facility, right? Okay, having this type of alternative, defining this type of alternative is nothing but exception handling. Remember that, sir. Okay, so this is what is the purpose, what the meaning of exception handling itself is nothing but defining alternative to continue rest of the program normally. This is the purpose of, or this is the meaning of exception handling. Clear for all of it? Sir, best example, assume that, sir, my programming requirement is I want to read the data. data from the remote file locating at London. Remember that, sir. My requirement is I want to read the data from the remote file locating at London. This is about my requirement, right? So if the London file is not available, then my program should not be terminated. Remember that, should not be terminated. My London file should not be terminated. We should have some alternative. We should have some alternative to continue rest of the program normally. Are you getting that? We should have some alternative to continue rest of the program normally. So I will provide local copy. Are you getting? I will provide some local file. With that local file, it's going to be continued. So best example, try. Best example, try. Sir, what is our code? Read the data from remote file locating at London. Regarding this is about my requirement, right? Sir, if the London file is not available, then automatically we are going to get except the file not found error. Sir, if a file not found error is coming, then immediately use a local file and continue rest of the program normally. Are you able to understand, right? So use a local file and continue rest of the program normally. Itself is nothing but exception handling. Clear? Yes, ma'am. Are you in a position to understand, right? Sir, in Java, we are going to use a try catch. Are you getting? We are going to use a try catch. But in Python, instead of catch, we have to use the word except. Remember that the people who are coming from other languages take a bit very special care. Except means except block, just like our catch block in Java. Remember that, okay? So this is except. Try. If something goes wrong here, immediately except block by default is going to execute, and the rest of the code will be continued normally, no problem at all. Clear? Are you getting that? Yes, finally block, all those things we will discuss. Don't worry about that. Rich Cohen, don't worry. We will discuss all those things. Okay, that's all. This is read the data from the remote file locating at London. While reading this one, immediately, sir, except block is going to get the chance. Finally, all those things are already there in Python. We will discuss. Don't worry. Okay, most of the Java's exception handling, Python exception handling, everything is the same. Only words will be changed. Beyond that, nothing, sir. Okay, that's all. So this is the way, this is the defining some alternative way to continue like is itself is nothing but exception handling. Clear? Sir, up to this, any explanation is required? Okay, sir, three things I'm talking. What is the exception? Can you please spell out what is the exception? An unwanted, unexpected event. Can you spell out, sir? An unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs the normal flow of the program is called exception. Next, and after that, what is the purpose of exception handling? What is the purpose of exception handling? What is the purpose of exception handling, sir? Just a graceful termination of the program. We should not miss anything. We should not lose anything. Such a type of graceful termination is the main objective of exception handling. Next, what is the meaning of exception handling? What is the meaning of exception handling? Can you spell out, sir? Most of the people are going to feel exception handling means repairing an exception. No, we are not going to repair an exception. We should define some alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. What the meaning of exception handling is? Sir, defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. Itself is nothing but meaning of exception handling, right? Okay, that's all. This is the basic introduction. What is exception? What is the purpose? Or what is the meaning of exception handling, right? Okay, like, sir, can you spell out some Python specific runtime errors? Remember some Python specific runtime errors: zero division error, type error, zero division error, type error. Next one after the value error, memory errors, value error, index error, like file not found error, EOF error. These kind of things are by default considered runtime errors. Clear? Okay. Now, sir, now what is the default exception handling in Python, sir? Sir, I don't want to use a try except a block. I don't want to use a try except a block. Sir, what is the default exception handling in Python? Okay, just aware the terminology, right? So now how you can able to do that? Every exception in Python is an object, sir. Remember this one. So every exception, even in Java also it's applicable, sir. Every exception in Python itself is an object. For every exception type, the corresponding classes are available. Okay, remember that. The corresponding classes are available. So in Python, everything is object. Even exception is also an object. Even error is also an object only. For every exception, the corresponding runtime classes are available, right? Remember that. So whenever an exception occurs, immediately Python virtual machine will create corresponding exception object and will check for a handling code. Sir, who is the responsible to create exception object? Python virtual machine, PVM. PVM will create exception object and will check either any handling code. Sir, where handling code is available? Inside except block. Are you getting? Where handling code is available inside except block. This is just like our catch block in Java. Inside except block, sir, Python is going to check for corresponding handling code. Remember that, sir. So if the handling code is available, then it will be executed and continue rest of the program. Sir, if the handling code is not available, because I didn't define any try except, if the handling code is not available, immediately Python interpreter terminates the program abnormally and prints exception information to the console. Are you getting right? Sir, Python interpreter terminates abnormally and print sir, corresponding exception information to the console. Rest of the program won't be executed. Remember that this is something like default exception handling in Java. Here also same thing, sir. Sir, some error occurs. We are not in a position. We are not in a position to handle that. I don't know how to handle. We are not in a position to handle because I didn't write any except block and so on. Immediately, what the Python interpreter will do? Oh, exception raised. No one is handling. How I can continue? How I can continue the program? Immediately it will be stopped. Immediately the program will be stopped, terminated abnormally, and print the corresponding exception information to the console. Remember that. Sir, best example, have a look once. I'm taking print of hello. Print of hello, assume that. Next, print of 10 by 0, I'm taking. Print of 10 by 0. And then print of hi, I'm taking, sir. Just for the flow purpose, I'm taking. Observe that. Sir, this is. So, first, this line will be executed normally. No problem at all, sir. It will be executed normally. But whenever the control is coming to this line, immediately what will happen, sir? Arithmetic exception is going to come. Sorry, zero division error is going to come. If the zero division error is coming, remember that zero division error is coming, immediately Python virtual machine will check either any corresponding handling code. No handling code. Immediately, sir, the program will be terminated here only without executing rest of the program. So that's why this line won't be executed. Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay. Yes. Are you in a position to understand, right? Okay. Make sure, sir. So first line executed normally. But whenever second line is coming, immediately zero division error is going to come. Yes, 10 by 0, zero division error. Sir, Python virtual machine will check either handling code is available or not. Sorry, handling code is not available. Stop the program. Handling code is not available. Stop the program. And it is not going to execute rest of the code. That exception information will be printed to the what we call will be printed to the console. Remember that. Sir, where is? Let me execute this code. Py test.py. Observe that. Sir, first line will be executed. Respond. First line will be executed. Yes, no problem. Regarding to the first line, there is no problem at all. Sir, where the problem is coming? Because of second line. Observe that. First line executed normally. First line wise, no problem at all. No problem. but second line 2 the problem, so it is going to get line 2 is the problem, it is going to provide exception information, but where is the line 3 is not going to be executed. So this is default exception handling in Python. Sir, I want to execute line 3. Sir, I want to execute line 3. I don't want to miss anything. Then better to go for exception handling by using try and the except block. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? Sir, in the Python program, if anywhere exception or error is coming, what will happen, sir? Immediately the program by default will be terminated abnormally without executing the rest of the code. Remember that, okay? That's all. This is nothing but default exception handling in Python, sir. So throw keyword, all those things we will discuss. Don't worry, Vedanta. Okay, up to this is the clear? Yes. What is the default exception handling? Clear for all, right? Yes, please show how to execute third line. How to execute third line itself is nothing but exception handling. Regarding how you can able to do, that is our next job. Don't worry about that, we will discuss. Okay. Now up to this is the clear. Default exception handling means, yes, terminate the program abnormally. That's all, it is abnormal termination. Default exception handling means abnormal termination. If something goes wrong, immediately the program will be terminated because you are not defining any except block. Except block means okay, so catch block in Java. The people who are coming from Java, catch block in Java, here except block we are going to use. Clear, right? Yes. Okay. No question of checked and unchecked exceptions. Next, the throw keyword, such type of things won't be there in Python. Remember. Okay, that's all this is. Next, what is the next thing we have to discuss, sir? What is the next thing we require to talk? Sir, Python's exception hierarchy. Python's exception hierarchy. Sir, just a basic idea. Remember that, because some people are going to feel, sir, here, some people are going to feel, sir, here, either any except throwable. Next and after that, like, make sure, sir, this Python's exception hierarchy. What there, sir? Okay, very simple, sir. Remember, just a small diagram I want to draw. Take very special case, sir. Okay, here I'm taking 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Here just have a look once, sir. Sir, make sure you people should aware basic idea. You should aware, sir. Sir, first, every exception in Python is the child class of. Every exception in Python is the child class of. Anyone, can you please tell? Yes. Vedant, throwable, error, all those things are Java specific. Object, remember, good. Sir, every exception in Python is the child of base exception. Are you getting right? What is that, sir? Base exception. Here terminology is the complete difference, sir. Base exception. This base exception having several child classes. Are you getting right? What those child classes are? Exception is one child class. Exception is one child class. Sir, base exception. Why not base error? The API is developed like that, man. Okay, so error base exception like this. Next exception. Next and after that, system exit. This is another chain. Sir, first one is the exception. Second one is the system exit. Second one, sir, generator exit. Just a basic idea. Generator exit. Next one after that, keyboard interrupt. Somewhere we saw this one. Keyboard interrupt. Whenever we are typing Control C, are getting Control C, then automatically we are going to get keyboard interrupt. Okay, like we are going to get, sir. I hope these are the child types of base exception. Sir, can you spell out what is the first one, sir? Which is the root, sir? Root itself is nothing but, sir, base exception itself is the root, sir. Remember, base exception itself is the root. Remember. Next one after that exception in the one chain, system exit is the another chain, generator exit. Next one after that keyboard interrupt. Okay, like all these things are child types of base exception, right? Okay. Next, for the exception, there are several chains are available, sir. For the exception, there are several chains are available. Remember that. So first one, attribute error. Can I spell out what the first one, sir? Attribute error. Next, second one, sir, arithmetic error. Okay, arithmetic error. Like all these things are class names. Remember that all these things are class names. Okay. Next, EOF error. Next, name error. Okay. Next, lookup error. Okay, lookup error. Next, OS error. Next, type error. Okay, type error. Next, value error. Are you getting value error? Like a value error, like I'm taking. Sir, observe, these are several things. Okay, these are several things like this, right? Next, under arithmetic error. Sir, under arithmetic error, sir, if you consider that, sir, there are several child types are available, sir. Sir, what are various child of arithmetic error? Sir, best example, zero division error. Error like that. Next one after that, floating point error. Zero division error, floating point error. Next, overflow error like that. Okay, sir, these are the child types of arithmetic error. Just for basic idea purpose, I took some errors and sir, what is the hierarchy type I want to explain. Sir, that's all these things are nothing but under, sir, do you know all these under arithmetic error. Next, sir, all these are child types of exceptions, sir. Make sure all these things are child types of exception. Exception, like you should aware. Next, under arithmetic error, zero division error, floating point error, overflow error is available. Next, what is this one, sir? Lookup error. Somewhere you are saying, right? Lookup error. Under lookup error, there are some child types are available. What those child types are? Remember that. Okay, index error. So do you know index error? Next, index error. Next, key error. Like these things are under loop. Remember that under lookup error, index error, and key error. Like next, OS error. Are you getting somewhere? You are saying OS error. For the OS error also, there are several chains are by default available, sir. Sir, what are various chains for file not found error? Are you getting what is this one, sir? File not found error. Interrupted error. Okay, like next, permission error. Next, and after that, time out error. Okay, time out error. Like all these things are child types. Remember this one. All these are child types of OS error, right? Okay, clear? Yes, ma'am. Are you able to understand some basic idea? Sir, which is the root? Which is the root, sir? Which one is the root? Base exception is the root. Observe. Which is the root, sir? Base exception is the root. Under base exception, what are various child things are available, sir? Exception, system exit, generator exit, keyboard interrupt. Under exception, attribute error, arithmetic error, EOF error, name error, lookup error, OS error, type error, value error, like several things. Under arithmetic error, zero division error, floating point, overflow error. Under lookup error, index error, key error, like these things. Just the Python specific errors information you people should aware. Beyond that, nothing, sir. Sir, now just there are some small conclusions I want to talk. Every exception in Python is a class, sir. Remember, but we didn't discuss about the sir classes yet. But anyway, in the OOPS concept, I will discuss. Every exception in Python is error. Next, some people are asking, sir, only these are the things? Only these are the things? No, just a basic idea purpose. These are the things what I'm showing, important things, something like still there are several other things also available. Are you getting? There are several things are also available. Next, sir, is there any shortcut to remember all? No, not required any shortcut, because the reason is it is not necessary to remember all these things. Observe that, okay? Just a commonly occurred zero digit error, file not found error, commonly occurred things you have to remember. Okay? Clear? Divya? Not required to remember all these things. Okay, now here just every exception in Python itself is a class. All exception classes are child classes of base exception. That's why every exception class extends base exception either directly or indirectly. Remember that, sir. Every exception is either directly or indirectly. It is the child class of base exception. Hence, base exception acts as root for Python exception hierarchy. Remember that, sir. So most of the times we require to concentrate only exception and its child classes. System exit, generator exit. We never going to worry about that. Okay. So basic idea, are you getting? Are you able to understand the basic idea? Okay. That's all. Here, this is what you people should aware. Next, how you can handle exceptions. Are you getting how you can handle exception? I want the customized exception handling. How you can able to do that, sir? Next terminology, sir. Customized exception handling. Customized exception handling. How you can able to handle, sir? Handle explicitly. Customized exception handling, sir. Okay, sir. Very simple. There are some keywords we are going to use. Sir, which keywords we are going to use? Already I used these two keywords, right? Remember. So it is highly recommended to handle exceptions. The code here, just to take a bit very special case, sir. Sir, it's highly recommended to handle exceptions. Assume, sir, here the code which may raise an exception. The code which may raise an exception. Sir, that code is by default considered as risky code. Are you getting it? What is the code, sir? Can you spell out? The code which may raise an exception is called what? Risky code. Don't use whiskey word. Of course, in Java classes, whiskey. Are you getting it? Risky code. The code which may raise an exception is called risky code, sir. So that risky code we have to take inside a try block. Are you getting? Under a try block, we have to take risky code. That's why, sir, first try. In the try block, which code we have to take, sir? Risky code. Means the code which may raise an exception. Best example, if you are trying to perform some arithmetic operations, so maybe a chance of zero division error. If you are trying to read the data from the file, maybe a chance of file not found error. Like so, such type of code is called a risky code. Clear? Yes, ma'am. Where we have to take risky code inside the try block. Next, if something goes wrong, you should have some alternative. Where you have that alternative is nothing but except a block. Are you getting? Where you have alternative is nothing but except a block. Inside except a block, handling code we have to take. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, inside except a block, which code we have to take, sir? Handling code we have to take, sir. Make sure. Next, some people are asking, sir, finally block is available or not? Yes, available. Don't worry, sir. Is it possible to handle multiple exceptions simultaneously or not? Yes, no problem at all. Remember that, okay? Just we are at very beginning. That's why just I'm not talking about all those things. We will discuss almost. Don't worry, sir. So inside the try block, we have to take a risky code. Inside the except block, we have to take handling code. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, let me use this try except. I want to show, sir. Sir, just have a look once, sir. Sir, I'm not using any try except. without a try except. What is the code, sir? Now, can you please tell, is it a normal termination or abnormal termination? Oh, respond. Is it a normal termination or abnormal termination? Abnormal termination. Is it a graceful or non-graceful? Non-graceful termination. It is not at all recommended. Okay. Now have a look once, sir. Let me execute this code. Let me execute this code. Sir, hello. First line printed. First line printed. But immediately, sir, the program terminated abnormally. Sir, assume that. Sir, this is open database connection. Assume that it is the open database connection. This one reading the data. This one closing the database connection. So you open successfully. While reading the data, you are facing some problem. If you are not going to handle, then closing the connection is not going to be happen. Then one database connection is going to be wasted. That's why it is not at all recommended. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, what I have to do? I require to handle. Very simple, sir. Just take a bit very special care. Of course, finally block is there. We will discuss. Okay, sir. Among these three lines, sir, which is the risky code? Can you please spell out? Which one is the risky code, sir? First line or second line or third line? Second line. Because there we are performing some arithmetic operation. That's why risky code. That risky code we have to take inside a try block. Sir, within the try block, if you are getting any problem, assume that immediately except block is going to get the chance. Sir, which exception, which error or exception we are going to get? Zero division error. If a zero division error is coming, sir, very simple. While executing this one, assume that statement 1. Okay, while executing this one, if you are facing any problem, then immediately execute except block. Here, don't perform these arithmetic operation. Can you please perform these arithmetic operation? Something like I'm taking, sir. And after that, sir, remaining statement 3, I'm taking like this. Sir, can you please cross check? What is the answer by default we are going to get, sir? Yes, what the answer we are going to get now? Yes. Can you spell out? What the answer by default we are going to get, sir? Sir, first statement 1 will be executed. Statement 1 will be executed. And the print 10 by 0 is nothing but what? Zero division error. Immediately except block is going to execute. Yes, print 10 by 2, 5.0. And then statement 3 will be executed or not? Respond. Statement 3 will be executed or not? Yes, because if you handle that, automatically rest of the code by default will be continued normally. Remember that, sir. This is with the try except. Now observe this one. Same program. Is it normal termination or abnormal termination? Yes, ma'am. Normal termination or abnormal termination? This one is nothing but normal termination, right? Okay. Make sure how to print all those things we will discuss. Don't worry, man. Just have a look once. Normal termination or abnormal termination? This one is nothing but what? Normal termination. Clear? Yes. Okay. Some people are asking, sir, instead of zero division error, can I take a base exception? Can I take base exception or not? Observe that. I'm taking base exception. Yes. Is it working or not? Yes. Just like Java. Sir, if you are writing parent, automatically child types also by default is going to take. Don't worry at all. It's acceptable. Okay. Like that's all. Sir, up to this, we covered only 2 keywords. What is the first keyword? Array, what is the first keyword? Try. What is the second keyword? Except. Are you getting? What is the first keyword? Try. What is the second one, sir? Except. Like this. Sir, now is it normal termination or abnormal termination? Normal termination. Is it a graceful termination or not? Yes, definitely. Itself is nothing but graceful termination, right? Okay. So make sure you should aware. Next, I'm taking. Sir, this is about how you can handle exceptions. Okay, customized exception handling by using try except block. Remember that. So now my question is, take very special care. Yes, Divya, we can use base exception all the time. Yes, we can able to use, but the problem here is if you are using only base exception, then for all type of exception, same handling code by default will be there, which is not at all recommended. Divya, which is not at all recommended. Yes, it is not a good programming practice. Suppose if you are having eye problem, then you have to contact eye specialist. Eye related medicine is going to give. If you are having some leg problem, heart problem, then automatically we have to contact heart specialist. He is going to provide the heart related medicine. Are you getting? So universal medicine is nothing but no such type of terminology. So it's a not recommended. You can use except. Okay, we will discuss. Don't worry. So that's all. Up to this is the clear for all period. Try except. Okay. Now what I want to take. What is the control flow? Control flow in try except a block. To get much knowledge, just aware. But anyway, all these words are very easy for Java people. For Java people, all these words are very easy, sir. Remember that. Okay. What is the control flow? Control flow in try except a block. Suppose I'm taking here, just observe try block, statement 1, I'm taking statement 2, statement 3, sir. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, I'm taking. Next, I'm taking except block, statement 4, except block, statement 4. And then statement 5, I'm taking out of except block. So total, how many except blocks are available? Sorry, how many lines of the code is available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines of the code is available, sir. Of course, lines means this is statements, sir. Okay, so total 5. Now case 1, if there is no exception, observe that case 1. If there is no exception, can you please tell which things are going to be executed? If there is no exception, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Statement 4 won't execute because there is no error. If there is no exception, 1, 2, 3, and then directly 5 will be executed. Is it normal or abnormal termination? Normal only. Sir, 1, 2, 3, 5, and sir, because there is no exception, 1, 2, 3 will be executed. After that, statement 5, it is the normal termination. Remember that. Sir, when this statement 4 will execute, if there is some exception or if there is some error, remember that. Okay. Next, I'm taking, sir, it may be some except zero division error or except index error, something like I'm taking. Next, case 2, sir. Case 2, observe that. Sir, case 2, I'm taking. If an exception raised yet a statement 2, and the corresponding except a block matched, sir. Observe that. And the corresponding except a block matched. Can you please observe? Here the problem is coming. While executing here, corresponding except a block matched. Can you please tell what is the output we are going to get now? Respond. I mean, which statements are going to be executed? Array? Yes, everyone should respond. While executing to the problem came. Yes, what is the flow now? Yes, good. Each and every person should respond. While executing to the problem came. Can you please tell? Total which lines of the code is going to be executed? Okay, remember, statement 1 will be executed. While executing to the problem came, immediately the corresponding except block matched. That's why statement 4. Sir, after executing statement 4, can you please tell statement 3 will be executed or won't be executed? Statement 3 will be executed or won't be executed? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. Statement 3 won't be executed. Once you are come out of the try block, the control never goes to try block again. Okay, remember, sir, bus ticket is not available. I'm trying for train ticket. You got train ticket. After getting train ticket, once again, am I search for bus ticket? No. Alternative code already executed. Then rest of the code will be continued normally. Remember that, sir. That's why what is the flow by default is going to be happen. one will be executed. But here the problem is coming. Immediately the control is coming to accept a block. After completing accept a block, now the remaining thing by default will be executed. So 1, 4, 5, it is the normal termination. Clear? Are you able to understand? Okay, 1, 4, 5 normal termination. Remember. Suppose case 3, sir. Case 3, same thing only. If an exception rises at statement 2, if an exception rises at statement 2, but corresponding catch, corresponding except a block not matched, sir. Are you getting? Corresponding except a block not matched, not matched. Can you please tell what will happen? Can you please tell what will happen? Everyone should respond, sir. The corresponding except a block not matched, not matched. What will happen? Very simple, son. Very simple. One will be executed. Here the problem is coming, but the corresponding except block not matched. My Python virtual machine can't do anything. Terminate the program abnormally. One followed by abnormal termination. Remaining code never going to execute. Clear? 5 won't execute. 5 won't come because here the problem is coming. Here the problem is coming. No one is handled. Then how the remaining code is going to execute? 1 followed by immediately abnormal termination. 5 is not going to be executed, sir. Make sure. 1 followed by immediately abnormal termination. Sir, is it a graceful termination or non-graceful termination? Not graceful, sir. Remember that. Next, here I have another thing. Another thing. Sir, assume if an exception rises at statement 4. If an exception rises at statement 4, can you please tell, is it normal termination or abnormal termination? If an exception rises at statement 4, is it normal or abnormal? Very simple, sir. Very simple. Sir, now, do you know just aware this type of terminology? Don't feel exceptions will be raised only in the try block. Only in the try block. Exceptions will rise even in the accept block also. Yes, maybe a chance, sir. Sir, here 1, 2, 3, while executing 1, 2, 3, somewhere the problem is coming. Immediately the control is come to accept block. While executing this accept block also, maybe a chance of some problem. If the bus ticket is not available, then I will try for train ticket. Train ticket also may not available. If train ticket is not available, yes, maybe a chance. Are you getting right? So that's why exceptions will be raised either in the try block or in the accept block or finally block also. Everywhere Python code is there may be a chance of rising accept block. There may be a chance of rising exceptions. Okay, sir, within the accept block, happily you can use a try. You can able to use a try. Yes, no problem. I will cover all those possibilities. Don't worry, sir. Okay. Now, have you observed up to this? Hare, have you observed up to this? It's a clear, right? Now, sir, there may be a chance of rising an exception inside accept block. What will happen? Yes, it is always abnormal termination. What is the reason? Yes, remember that, sir. Remember, sir, here try block is there. Try block is there. This is the accept block. Are you getting? Sir, try block is there. This is the accept block. Make sure, sir. Now my question is, have a look once, sir. This is a try block. This is the accept block. Observe that. Within the try block, if any problem is there, then automatically this accept block is going to provide protection. Accept block acts as a guard to the try statements. Are you getting? But here there is a problem is there. It is not part of try. It is not part of try. Sir, if this statement is not part of try, then accept block is not there. Accept block is not there means it is always abnormal termination. Remember that, sir. Accept block will work only for try block statements. Sir, within the accept block, here this statement facing some problem, but it is not part of try block. If it is not part of try block, no accept block. No accept block means it is always abnormal termination. Remember, are you able to understand, right? Are you able to understand? Sir, let me repeat again. Sir, if any statement which is the part of try block, rising an exception, no problem, sir. corresponding except block is there, except block can handle that. Sir, if any statement which is not part of try block, then there is no except block. It is always abnormal termination. Can you please tell statement 4, is it part of try block or outside of try block? Is it part of try block or outside of try block? It's always outside. If it's outside of try block, no except block. No except block means it is always abnormal termination. Remember that's a important conclusion. If any statement raises an exception which is not there inside the try, it is always abnormal termination. That's why if an exception rises at statement 4, if an exception rises at statement 5, it is always abnormal termination because these statements are not part of any try block. Clear? Are you able to get? Sir, all your doubts I will clarify. Further, sir, the rich Cohen, all the doubts I will clarify. First, concentrate what I am discussing. Okay, what is about nested try catch, inner try catch, inner try except, all those things we will discuss, man. Why you are worrying about the next things? First, concentrate here. Okay, clear, right? So these are the things what you people, what you people should aware. Clear? Are you able to understand, right? So can you please tell? Can you please tell? If there is here, can you please tell? Yet at this point of time, if an exception occurs, then automatically it's always abnormal termination, because the reason is it is not part of try block. If it is not part of try block, no question of except block. Here also, if an exception rises here, abnormal termination, because it is not part of try block. If any statement which is part of try block, then corresponding except block may be available. So maybe a chance of normal termination. If the problem at 1 or 2 or 3, there may be a chance of normal termination because except block is there to provide protection. But if the problem at 4 or 5, these things are not part of try block, that's why it is always abnormal termination. Clear? Are you able to understand? Okay, take a bit very special care, sir. Okay, so that's all. This is what you people should aware clearly, right? So this is the flow, sir. Now there are some conclusions I want to discuss. Some conclusions I want to discuss, right? Yes, sir. Yes, Srikant Reddy. If the problem is at 4, how I can handle? If the problem is at 5, how I can handle? Very simple, sir. Please keep this statement 4 inside try except. Inside try except. Are you getting? Please keep this statement inside try except. Yes. So within the except, you can define again try except. Here also, take this is the part of try except. Then automatically it is going to be normal termination. Srikant Reddy, are you able to understand? Okay, sir, how you can able to take, what are various possibilities are there? All those things we will discuss in the next session. So don't worry, just observe what is the flow. We are at very basic level, man. Understand, try, except, block, that's all. Okay, so it seems you are very familiar with exception handling. Can I skip all these basics and then can I go directly next level? Okay, yeah. There are some people who are crying, man. We don't know, sir, Java also. Okay, like, yeah, it's a very simple. I told, right, Java people, it's a very easy. But anyway, don't be advanced. I will discuss all those things. Okay, like up to this is the clear, right? Now there are some conclusions I want to talk about that. Sir, within the try block, first conclusion I'm ready to talk. Within the try block, if anywhere an exception rises, sir, immediately the control is coming to except block. After completing except block, the control never go back. Are you getting? The control never go back. So within the try block, if anywhere an exception rises, even though you handle exception, rest of the try block won't be executed. Remember that, sir. That's why within the try block, you have to write the only risky code, but not the normal code. Okay, normal code it is not recommended to take inside a try block. We have to write only risky code. Remember that, sir. Okay, first thing. Second one, sir. So there may be a chance of rising exceptions everywhere. Inside the try block, there is a possibility. Inside except block, there is a possibility. Inside finally block also, there is a possibility, sir. So don't feel exceptions will be raised only in the try block. Everywhere exceptions by default will be raised, sir. Remember this one. Next, third point also I covered. If any statement which is not part of try block, if any statement which is not part of try block raising an exception, it is always abnormal termination. Remember, it is always abnormal termination. Clear for all of it, right? Yes, ma'am. If any statement which is not part of try block, it is always abnormal termination. That's all. Sir, what is the next thing you have to aware? This is about control flow inside the try except block. Remember that. So try except else is also available. We will discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Next, how to print exception information. How to print exception information, sir. I want to print exception information. How you can able to print that? Very simple, sir. Very simple. You can able to print very easily. Don't worry about that. How you can able to do that, sir? There is a one way. Here, see this one. Don't take print stack trace, all those things. That kind of thing is not available in Python. Okay, don't print stack trace and so on. Such type of thing is available in Java, sir. In Java. Okay, like here, how to print sir exception information? Very simple, sir. Sir, I'm taking print of 10 by 0. Assume that print of 10 by 0. 10 by 0 I'm taking, sir. Sir, now my requirement, I want to print exception information. For this, what I will take, try. Okay, like what is the next one, sir? Except can you please tell what exception we are going to get now? What exception we are going to get now? Except zero division error. Except zero division error. Yes, message. Remember, except zero division error. Yes, message. Yes, message. Remember that. Okay. So any word you can use as x comma y comma, like anything, no problem at all. Print of exception raised, and its description is, and its description and its description is comma msg. Everyone can aware? So that's all. This is the way how you can able to print exception information, or otherwise just simply you can print a message. Simply you can able to print a message. Automatically it's going to print exception description, right? Let me execute this code. MSG, no, any XYZ you can able to use. Anything you can able to use. Are you getting right? What is the description for that? Zero division error. Remember that, sir. Zero division error. Sir, instead of MSG, can I take X? Can I take X? Is it possible or not? Yes, why not, man? Is it possible or not? Yes, why not? Happily, it is going to work. Okay. So this is the way if you want to print exception information to the console. Sir, this is the way, sir. Clear? Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, what is the next thing? What is the next thing? What we have to do, sir? Very simple terminology, sir. I don't want to use this one also. Just simple print of X, sir. Yes, no issue. Definitely it's going to work. It is going to provide description about error or exception, whatever we are going to have. Okay, sir. Next, try with multiple except blocks. Try with multiple except blocks. Remember this one, sir. Try with multiple except blocks. Okay, this part I will discuss in the next session, sir.